Welcome on in, everybody. Today we are going to be doing a King Halo A rank tutorial slash guide. So if you haven't raced King Halo yet, you probably don't know this, but she's one of the more difficult sprint slash short distance racers to train. She's got a 20% bonus to strength, but 0 for speed and stamina. And we're essentially going to train her like a sprinter, but we're going to need enough stamina to get us through the career path. So I'm going to pick one of my legacies that does 42 power bonus and 12 speed bonus. And then for our second legacy character, we're going to want to pick one with good stamina sparks, but also with some power sparks, because we still want power to be our A rank status at the end of the career. So we're going for S in speed, A in power, B in stamina. So there you have it. We got a 21 in power and a 24 in stamina with our gold ship legacy Uma here. So when we go onto the support cards, we're going to build her a little differently than we have with our short distance sprinter characters, which have been 3 wit, 3 speed cards. We're going to really lay into the speed with this guide. So instead of doing 3-3 split, we're going to be doing a 2 wit and 4 speed cards. Now, what you're going to want to do is naturally pick the best speed cards you have. Obviously, you're going to want to borrow Akita-san Black. If you haven't got Akita-san Black to borrow, I'll leave a link in my description to umadb.com, which will give you access to different accounts that you can follow and friend in order to borrow cards or legacy characters with specific sparks. Comes in handy, super useful. I highly recommend it if you don't have good follows as of now. So we're going to kick this off, and the training here, like I said, we're going to be leaning really heavily into speed and power. However, we do need to sprinkle in some stamina. So at the beginning here, if we have legacy, or not legacy, support card stacks on stamina that are equal to the support card stacks on any of the other stats, we are going to prioritize stamina. But other than that, we're still going to be doing the friendship level boosting as usual. So here we have 2 wit, but we didn't have any on double stacks on either speed, stamina, or power. So we will do wit in this case. Got lucky with the mood up there. Got 4 on wit here. And we won't really have too much difficulty with the first couple of races, which is why we're able to start training the support cards as opposed to specific stats here. The speed, power, and stamina are important. However, it is okay to early on in career train both guts and wit if it means it'll get you closer to the rainbow trainings for our support stacks later. So we got 2 on stamina, 2 on wit. We're going to practice the Akita-san Black there because she's already up to green. Training, so we have a hint on stamina. So we're going to go ahead and take the hint on stamina. Four turns, about half energy. We got 2 on power, 2 on guts, but we do want a little bit of energy back, so we're going to take a wit training here. You always want to be careful not to back yourself into a corner where you have something like this, C4 on speed there. If we had done a training prior, instead of doing the wit to get a little bit of that energy back, we may not have succeeded at training that 4 support card stack on speed. So going into the junior debut, we've rested as little as possible. We've done a few wit trainings in order to get some energy back. But we have relatively good stats overall. We'll do 1 more wit training there because we have a 3 stack on speed, and that is a good stack. Anytime we get more than 2 speeds on the same skill, whether or not on the same stat, whether or not it's speed, it's always going to be a very good one to train, unless, you know, they're both already in the orange. So we rolled some horrible RNG here. Coming in 5th place on our debut is very irritating. It is also very unlikely. I don't know how common that is, but I've done a lot of races with King Halo and have not had that actually happen yet. So we're going to continue. Still, winning our maiden race shouldn't be too difficult. I think we'll be able to do it, no problem. As long as we stop failing. I probably should have rested, and we got the mood down there. So, as you can see, sometimes it just piles on it. You gotta keep pushing through and make some good choices here. Make sure we waste as few turns as possible. So we're gonna do a mood up. We got lucky with karaoke, so we're back up to good mood. We'll do a wit training on Kitasan Black to get some energy back. So we only wasted 2 turns there. Alcondor Pasa, I believe, does wit, and I believe power, sorry, and then Silent Suzuka there did wit and bonus. So now we're gonna do wit again, still a little low on energy, but that pushed Kitasan Black up to her rainbow training abilities. So now we'll start seeing that pop up, and we got the 3 stack on speed again, so we'll go there. Guess you'll better get well soon is going to give us a mood up and a little energy boost, which is fantastic. I love these Kitasan Black quick events here. 2 on stamina, 1's already rainbow training. We want to get Silent Suzuka up to rainbow training, so we'll do the speed or the power training there. Unrestrained hint. We are going to rest. We're playing it a little more cautiously. When you've had so many mood downs that early on in the game, it's sometimes worth it to spend the next couple of turns sort of evening things out. You know, don't take any risks if you've already gotten a mood down, wasted a turn, got a debuff, whatever. So here comes our maiden race. Shouldn't have any issues winning this. We are going to change her to a front runner. That should increase our chances. Excellent. First place maiden race, no problem. So, maiden race over. Oh my gosh, we still need 19 fans. Wonderful. So we're gonna have to take another race here. Well, talk about bad luck. I still think we got this though. I'm very confident in my training with King Halo here. Good support support card stack, deck, and once we get these all up to rainbow training, I think our stats are gonna play out pretty well here. Alright, so we do have our rainbow training. We got Kitasan Black on speed, so naturally we'll take that. Kitasan Black rainbow training is just so much better than any other support card that I've used, and I'm pretty sure that's just the overall consensus. Right, top 5 and hopeful stakes complete, no problem. Still working on our support cards here. Sometimes you just get off to a bad start, or the support stacks don't line up how you want them, and it takes a little bit longer. I'm gonna have her rest up, get a little more energy here, earn a turn back or 2. Check out our rainbow training. Rainbow training's on wit, which is great because we are below half energy. So we'll prioritize that to get a little bit of it back. And then we have another rainbow training, another double wit rainbow training. But we have decent energy, so we are going to go stamina there, because going into the Satsuki show, we also have the Japanese Derby coming up. And the Japanese Derby is where King Halo is going to struggle if you have not been training her stamina at all. So you do want to sprinkle a couple in there. 4 turns until the Satsuki show, 3 turns. We'll rest up. Really low on energy there. It's not even worth taking a 15% chance on wit training. We'll get a 10 wit bonus there with Doi Scarlet. Double stack power. Silent Suzuka is close to rainbow training, so we'll do our speed there. Stamina, we got 3 on stamina. That'll be worth it, and we can get the director's friendship levels up. A lot of these A rank runs, we will just end up naturally with the director as fully maxed out, and that'll give us the +5 bonus in each skill. The total bonus is 15 in each stat. However, the baseline that you'll get as long as you've had really any training with her is going to be 10. So it's sometimes can work into your calculations to make sure you get up where you need to. So going into the Satsuki show, we're pretty much a little low on energy right now. So we are going to put or not energy, on stamina. So we're going to put ourselves back to the Pace Chaser. That'll preserve a bit here. I don't think we'll have any issues with fans going forward. I don't have the fan requirements for every single race memorized, but I'm pretty sure that win there puts us over what we will need to throughout this career path. So 2 turns till the Japanese Derby. Japanese Derby can be a run killer for a lot of people doing King Halo run-throughs if you have not been training properly. So it's definitely important to remember to sprinkle some staminas in there. We're going to go back, we're going to rest, and we'll have one more turn before the Japanese Derby here. We have the option to look at some skills. The predictions from the trainer is most likely going to say that we are very outclassed, but that's fine. Those are usually very inaccurate, and you can kind of ignore them as long as you know what type of runner that you're training and how you want to train them. The skill hints can be useful for new players just to kind of get through career, but it's fine to ignore them if you're following this guide. So we're going to do one last stamina training before we go into the Japanese Derby, get that chance of, you know, not falling behind up as high as possible. And we'll take a look at our skills here. We are going to get corner recovery. If you've got swinging maestro at this point, even better, go ahead and do that. That's going to be one of the biggest difference between this and some of the sprint runners is we are going to purchase a stamina energy skill early here. So it looks like we did get 6th. Now, that could very well be RNG. I've been around here before without that much of an issue, but we just need to get in the top 5 for the Japanese Derby. So if you have a little bit higher stamina at that point, you may even score higher. But really, our main goal was to just get over that hump there. And that way we can really focus on leveling up the speed and power that we want to going forward. We're going to go, there's rainbow training for speed here. 24 points, Silent Suzuka. Good, it's no Kiedis in black, but still pretty decent. We got 34 speed, but then we also have Dwight Scarlet on wit, and our energy's a little low. So we'll take that in order to avoid wasting a turn. We got another wit. We'll avoid wasting a turn there with Mapatukatuk, however you pronounce it. 33 speed, and not Narita Bryan, I forgot her name. The other speed character, she's a little low on friendship gauge here, but we do have 3 that are in the rainbow training here, so still looking pretty good. 26 on speed with Kiedis in black, take that. The 3 turns to the Kikuka Show. Kikuka Show. I don't think I've pronounced that correctly once. So we'll take a rest since our energy is very low. Get 2 turns in here before the end of this run, before the Kikuka Show. Get in a speed training. Work on speed. And then we'll get one last training in going into the Kikuka. And we got wit sparks flying all over the place here. For just the 2 of them, they've been landing on wit very often, which is super nice. They have pretty decent special priorities. Take a look at her skills. And we're going to get calm in the crowd, lay low. And, you know, depending on what your support team looks like, you may have different skills. But this is a 3,000 meter race, so you want to make sure that you have enough energy. See, our stamina is low, but we have a good... Ironic, get 12th there. We'll be fine. I believe that was just the skills didn't proc. But we have a good enough skills set there, and that one's just a run. I always forget that's just a participate. You don't actually have to win it. Okay, so going into the other one that I'm not going to try to pronounce, we're going to keep kind of bouncing between our wit and speed rainbow trainings, because wit's going to give us back energy, speed's going to increase power as well. And then we got one more inspiration coming up. 23 on speed, we'll take that because our wit is looking good, but we don't need, you know, S plus wit by the end of here. So we may start taking some more rests. 43 speed, gonna take that. And now that they're all maxed out, this is where we're gonna really start reaping the rewards of having those 4 speed support cards with King Halo here. We're gonna start getting pretty big stacks on speed and, you know, just substantially better than early game, which is why you just got to make sure we can get past the Japanese Derby early game and you're pretty much fine from there. It's 32 speed. We already got wit up to C. If we can get wit up to B, we'll be pretty solid, but we also only want to get wit up to B by using it as a for training speed, whereas we would normally rest. In this case, we're going to rest as little as possible. Originally, we were going to train stamina, but I actually misspoke there. We're going for S in speed, A in power, and B in wit. If you're watching the video back, I have put in a text that mentions this at the earlier point in the video, so you already know that, but I'm just now, as I'm recording this, realizing that I misspoke, so it's whatever. We'll do some partner training, get some speed, stamina, and power. The Chukyo Turf. This is a 1500. These are shorter races, so we should have no issue with them. First place, no problem. Four turns for the Yasuda Kiden. Our stats are looking pretty good, and depending on this inspiration bonus, we may pretty much be set in stone for the A rank here. It's looking pretty good. 54, could be better, but 54 power, not bad. 20 something in speed, not bad either. We're gonna do a rest here. We don't have any rainbow training for wit or speed. Still no rainbow training for wit or speed. We'll take a power because we're actually really close at getting all of our speed cards up to rainbow training. We just have that one left, and I can never remember her name. But we'll train her in wit here, and now we are good to go. Pico Pegasus, that's who I've been thinking of. So we're going to be able to get some pretty good stacks now because we have 4 rainbow training speed cards. We're up to A. Going into the Yasuda-kin, we should have more than enough as far as stats go to clear this. Could be first, yep, no problem. And even though, like I mentioned, it says that we're lacking on stamina, that's why getting a good stamina skill prior to the Japanese Derby is super beneficial, because every race after that, you'll pretty much be set as far as your stamina capabilities go, even if the level showing is not up to par with what the rest of the racers are at. We got 52 speed, love to see it. Normally I don't like these beach trainings, but every now and then you'll get lucky and you'll have a huge stack, which is a ton of points. So we're gonna rest and wreck since our mood's only good and our energy's getting really low. One more time before the sprinters. So as you notice, lots of medium races kind of sprinkled in here, and then at the end it's sprinter, sprinter, sprinter. So we're gonna keep training wit. We're almost up to B with wit, and we should have no issue getting sprint up to S plus by this point. Knock on wood, you know, anything can happen. You can RNG rank 16th in a race 4 times in a row, but I don't think that's gonna happen here. And our stats are looking pretty good because we're going to get about 45 in each stat just during and completing the URA finals. And as long as we proc some good rainbow training here, we should be pretty solid. The 33 in wit, we'll take that. We're great mood, almost full health bar going into the Tenno show. A plus, B plus, C plus. This is only a 2,000 meter race, so shouldn't have any issue here. B results, first place, no problem. So now we got, I forgot how many turns it gives us here. I don't know if it jumps right into it or if we get a few. Excellent, we got 5 turns, so this should not be an issue. Some of the racers just hop right into it, so we're going to get this speed up to the S, and that should naturally get our power up to a... Got 5, 26, 18. We'll do the wit, that way we have a higher chance of getting a good stack on speed. Pico Pegasus gives 32. So we are now at the S rank speed, which is what our main goal was. If we can get that up to S+, that's even better. We'll take one more rest going into the qualifiers, and that should pretty much solidify our training for the rest of the game. We are pretty close with both power and wit, but power is slacking a little bit behind. There's about 40 off from A, so we will do one power training there. Doesn't take up that much energy, and we got 2 more trainings left. Get plus 12 for each of these races, and then we'll get plus 15 from the director at the end of the URA finals. And again, yep, like I mentioned, we shouldn't have any issue winning these races going forward. .35 speed, love to see it. Now we got 818 power. We got a pretty good speed, 1071, so that'll probably get up past 1100. Alrighty, yeah, for starting this off so rough, King Kayla really came through at the end here. It really is just the optimal support card setup for her. It's worked for me so well, so many times, and I can't recommend it enough. We got 21 going into the finals, might as well risk a 21%. Why not? We get up to SS with speed. This is definitely going to be an A-rank run. The stats are looking fantastic. Could win this no problem. And then we're just going to kind of go into the skill purchases. After this, we'll get all of our bonuses, but you'll have, depending on the legacy and support cards that you chose, possibly different skills. You know, if you got lower ranked wits or lower ranked speeds, that's fine. You should still be able to pull the level 50 Key to Some Black by borrowing, but you're just going to want to buy skills that are close to your aptitude, but not overly expensive. The closer to 100 base level, the better point bonuses you'll get to your career overall score. I love buying Professor of Curvature. It's just an all-around great skill, so I always start by doing that and then matching the rest of the skills to the aptitude. So long, medium, pace, mile. He had A's in all of those. So as you can see, we're buying skills in those aptitudes. We want to get it as close to 0 by the end here. So we may go for a 162 pace or a 144. Just take a look what else we got here. 140. That is a really good skill, but I'd like it to be as close to 0 as possible. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll do a 98 and a 77 here. 8 points left over. Not bad. This should be a, without a doubt, decently ranked A-rank runner. Drum roll, and there we have it. A-rank King Halo. It was actually a little closer than I thought, but we did have kind of a rough go at it there. So, you know, if you're going through this and you have low rank support cards, that's fine. Just, you may have to try it a couple of times just to not get the bad mood downs or something like that, but you should be able to do it with pretty middle of the range wit and speed cards. I know my first A-rank with her was that way as well. So I can't recommend this deck enough. Works very well for me on many occasions. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Let me know which one you'd like to see next, and have a great day.